WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Tommy Lopez. We have breaking news tonight in Columbus. Members of law enforcement are looking for a missing child right now. The search is underway. It's for a 6-year-old boy left home alone. Our Joey Barnes has talked with Columbus police. He's with us live now from Probst Park. Joey.
Tommy, officially the search continues for 6-year-old Xavier Westbrook in Columbus. Right now we're at the Budget Inn. This is the motel where he was last seen early this morning. Right now, Columbus investigators are on their way to Hamilton and Monroe County, where there has been a possible sighting of Westbrook. Right now, before giving the all clear, Columbus police do want to lay eyes on the child that may be 6-year-old Xavier Westbrook. Until then, the search does continue. Officers are still out here at the Budget Inn looking for the child right now, and also Columbus Fire and Rescue, all trained in search and rescue of looking for this missing child. Now, again, there are reports that he was found in Hamilton. We have not been able to confirm that. Columbus police are not confirming that at this time. So until then, the search will continue, and we'll continue to follow this developing story in the search for 6-year-old Xavier Westbrook. Now, what we're being told is that the child's mother left and went to work about 5 this morning. Her boyfriend left about 8 o'clock to go to work, and then she returned home at 2:30 to find him missing. If you have any information, call Columbus Police. Reporting live in Columbus, Joey Barnes, WCBI News.
Yeah, Joey, thank you. We'll have an update on the status of that 6-year-old boy coming up tonight at 10. Someone in Columbus found a dead bald eagle. Columbus police say it looks like someone shot the eagle with a small caliber bullet. It was on 4th Avenue North near 15th Street North, right in Columbus. A conservation officer with the State Department of Wildlife has come in to investigate. Our Selena Schaefer joins us now with more on why we're seeing more eagles.
Tommy, it's the symbol of our nation, and for decades it has been protected. Researchers refer to the eagle as one of conservation's biggest success stories. Many refer to it as the majestic bird. It's said that back in the 1950s, there were less than 450 pairs of eagles in the U.S. Thanks to conservation efforts, by 2007, there was a reported 11,000 breeding pairs spread all over the nation. Here in Mississippi, there are over 45 breeding pairs along major bodies of water. Forest and wildlife expert at MSU, Dr. Wes Berger, says it's not uncommon nowadays to see an eagle in our area compared to 10 or so years ago.
In the Columbus, Starkville, Golden Triangle area, we've got a number of breeding pairs. We've got breeding pairs of eagles at Noxubee National Wildlife Refuge, as well as up and down the Tennessee Tombigbee River. Today, eagles are common in the sense that it's not unusual to see eagles both during the migratory winter when they're migrating from northern latitudes, but we also see them year-round here because we do have resident breeding populations.
Eagles are protected by 2 federal laws, and in Mississippi they are also protected by state law. Violation of these laws could cost you up to a year in federal prison as well as a hefty fine. Tommy?
Selena, thank you. Yes, significant penalties for those crimes. Arraignment could be tomorrow or Wednesday for a man accused of killing his girlfriend. Kevin LaDexter Carter turned himself in this past weekend. It was after law enforcement was looking for him for about a week. He turned himself in to a deputy in Leake County, a relative of his. Winston County investigators say he shot and killed Angela Collier. The sheriff's department has not released what charges they're going to be pursuing against Carter.
This is a big relief. He was caught without any incident. No one got hurt, him nor another deputy or any bystanders. It's a big relief. The community's done called us and said, hey, you know, I heard y'all got him. We said we did. Everybody's relieved.
Right now, Carter is at the Winston County Correctional Facility. Again, his arraignment set to take place either tomorrow or Wednesday. And there was a burglary in Winston County. Handguns are missing from a local hardware store there. It's not the first time there's been a break-in at the Western Auto. ATF agent Joseph Frank says more than 10 handguns were stolen early this morning. He says people have been stealing handguns there. There were about 5 gun store burglaries there last year. There's currently a $1,000 reward for information on that. To our northwest, deputies are accusing a man of shooting and killing a co-worker. This is in Marshall County. It happened this morning. Lamont Burchett is now in jail. It was after a short chase. Marshall County Sheriff's deputies say Burchett killed DeAndre Jones. That was here where they work. So the two got into an argument. It's at the Griffin plant. That's in Byhalia. They both worked there. Burchett reportedly went to his car. He got a gun. He shot Jones multiple times. Jones died after being flown to a Memphis hospital. Investigators say Burchett will be charged with murder in that case. It looks like plans are moving forward for a new jail in Lee County. Law enforcement have been talking about this for a while. It's a jail that's been overcrowded for a while. Our Allie Martin has the latest on this week.
From the moment it opened more than 20 years ago, the current Lee County Jail has been at capacity.
A 220-bed facility now, and we're always full. There's 267 in there Friday.
In the early 1990s, the federal government threatened hefty fines if Lee County did not replace its outdated jail. Sheriff Jim Johnson says the current jail was built without a lot of long-range planning.
The building that we're occupying now was built under a federal consent, which was mandated after we got in trouble at the old site on Front Street. And we certainly don't want to keep prolonging this thing till we get in that situation again.
Sheriff Johnson points out the new jail isn't just about space to house more inmates. He says the project would mean a state-of-the-art facility for law enforcement in Lee County.
Government law enforcement complex that will house the Sheriff's Department, the county jail, the county morgue, as well as justice court and the possibility of a crime lab.
A 500-bed facility would need approximately 25 to 30 acres. Lee County Board of Supervisors President Phil Morgan is part of a site selection committee for a new facility.
We're to the point where we've got to move forward. We can't. It's not going to go away, and it's just getting worse. And the jail's overcrowded. That facility is outdated. It's I think beyond repair. So we're moving forward with it.
Sheriff Johnson also says a new jail would allow the county to house state and federal inmates, which would bring in extra revenue. In Tupelo, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
And Morgan, the Board of Supervisors president, tells us that he wants to put the issue before voters. That would be through a referendum during next year's congressional elections. All right, so weather tonight, Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is in with us. Keith, still warm to start the week.
It is a fantastic evening. A look into downtown Tupelo with our Alpha Insurance camera in HD. Wow, what an amazing sunset. We had some high clouds coming back in right now, but it is warm across our region. 60s and low 70s, still officially 70 up there in Tupelo. So we're warm right now, clouds increasing. The rain showers, though, west of Jackson. That rain will be in here later on tonight. This evening, if you're heading on out, a lot of 60s and then some 50s, upper 50s to around 60 for a low, but the showers come in by sunrise. The full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thank you. People in Louisville are soon going to see improved drainage and newly paved roads. It's money from the Federal Emergency Management Agency for the Disaster Fund. FEMA is helping to pay for the nearly $5 million project. Our Quentin Smith joins us now. He spoke with the city's mayor. Quentin.
Tommy, it's been almost 3 years now since a devastating EF4 tornado caused massive damage in Louisville. Some of the destruction the twister left behind was damaged and cracked roads. And now with FEMA's approval, the city is driving this project forward to make some much-needed repairs on those roads.
To driving on bumpy and cracked roads.
We're very mindful, not insensitive whatsoever to those who are affected by it, whether they travel on it every day or they live there or they're employed on these terrible streets, because there are some in just terrible condition. But it will be, and with assurance, it will be handled.
Louisville Mayor Will Hill is confident in making that promise. That's because the city is working to pave 60 roads and make improvements to 27 drainage sites.
One of the acknowledgments I get from people when I say 60 streets is there's some that didn't even realize we had 60 streets within inside the city of Louisville, but we do. And again, mindful that it may not be 100% of those streets, but 60 different areas will be tended to. Some will be long runs, some will be partial runs to repair what's needed in that area.
In order to make those repairs, it'll cost nearly $5 million. Hill says the money they've received from the FEMA Disaster Fund will help pay for both projects.
It was so much work and planning that was involved to get us to this point, and then we had to have the approvals. We could not, carelessly go out and proceed without the approvals. Therefore, we would not be eligible for any reimbursements. So it took a lot of time, it took a lot of communication and negotiating with FEMA and MEMA.
It's been a long time coming for the city since the 2014 tornado. Now, city leaders are hoping these new repairs will bring new life into the city.
It's a very unique opportunity. It's one of a kind. We're the first in Mississippi to ever be able to benefit from this type program, and I'm hoping we'll be the story of success that maybe on the federal and state level, they look at this as an example of this may be the future of recovery projects.
Now, the drainage projects are expected to start any day now. Once those are complete, they'll start paving the roads in this city. Tommy, back to you.
Excellent to see. Thank you, Quinton. A clinic in Starkville is getting national attention for its work in helping patients heal. We'll tell you why that's so significant coming up next. One of the centers at the Oktibbeha County Hospital got a national award today. It's for specialized care for patients who are having trouble with healing. It's the Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center at OCH. The center's only been open for a year. It offers care to patients suffering from diabetic ulcers, pressure ulcers, infections, and other chronic wounds. It's provided more than 3,000 treatments to more than 350 patients.
This is just a huge opportunity for us to let the Golden Triangle area know that we are the only wound healing center in the Golden Triangle area that's open full-time. A lot of our patients have been traveling out of town, and now they don't have to travel out of town anymore. We also have 2 hyperbaric oxygen chambers, and we are the only ones in the Golden Triangle area to have those as well. And so we just look forward to the opportunity to treat other patients with chronic non-healing wounds.
Patients don't need a referral to make an appointment. For more information on what they do, you can go to our website, WCBI.com. North Mississippi Medical Center's Bariatric Center in Tupelo is expanding. The updated facility is now on the 3rd floor of the hospital's North Tower. The space has some new equipment and furnishings. It also has an education room for patient counseling after weight loss surgery. It can handle 3 times as many patients now.
It's absolutely awesome. I mean, we're very excited about it. It's an opportunity for us to grow our program. It's an opportunity to really help these people in a very private way.
The numbers are substantial. More than 1,400 patients have lost weight. That's since NMMC's Bariatric Center opened in 2007.
High clouds giving rise to a pretty nice sunset this evening. That was the view not too long ago in Sulligent, Alabama. Those high clouds will gradually fill in later tonight, but this evening we are dry, widespread 60s. Rain late tonight, though. Details are next.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
It's great to see you on this Monday afternoon / evening now. This is our live Doppler radar. No rain whatsoever in our viewing area right now. Get out there, make the most of our Monday evening. Go out there for a little walk with your dog. But be aware that we do have some rain coming our way. This will be in here late tonight, so it will be a wet morning commute for us on Tuesday, and some of those showers will continue during our Tuesday afternoon on a scattered basis. The center of it is out there across northern Texas. This area of low pressure will drift on through the region tomorrow, and then we'll clear it out. And the rest of the work week after tomorrow, dry and warm. Today we were dry and warm, but tomorrow we'll have a little bit of rain. So here's Futurecast showing the progression of that leading edge of rain on the first part of this. We'll see some pretty good downpours, perhaps a little thunder and lightning, no strong or severe weather anticipated at this point in time. And then some lighter showers scattered about the region during our Tuesday afternoon. A lot of this will wind on down by this time tomorrow evening. The clouds will hold tough through Wednesday morning, and then we'll break things up and see more sunshine by Wednesday afternoon. But we are all game for a decent amount of moisture with this. Some spots over a ½ inch, and some lucky spots could see over an inch of rain with this activity if it does hold together. So this will be the only chance of rain during the work week, and really the only chance of rain during the next 7 days. We stay warm as we get into the end of this work week, and we had a few 80s in the region today and likely more 80s in the region later this week. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Columbus today as that sun was going on down those high wispy cirrus clouds, ice crystals way up in the atmosphere leading that storm system, and behind it we'll see those rain showers. Currently 66 degrees in Columbus, the dew point at 50, so the moisture levels have come on up, but it's going to be a little bit longer before we see some of that rain around here. 70 in Tupelo, 74 in Meridian, 73 in Tuscaloosa, 74 in Greenville. A little bit cooler where the rain continues to fall out there in Louisiana and eastern Texas. Here's our planner for our Tuesday, starting out with a lot of showers around 68 at 8 o'clock, 63 by noon, mid-60s tomorrow afternoon with more in the way of scattered showers as we go throughout the course of the Tuesday afternoon period. That system goes away. Warm weather as we go throughout the rest of the work week as that area of low pressure moves up into the Great Lakes. So it is just unseasonably warm here as we go throughout the next 7 days. Tomorrow, there's our rain chance, 73. Wednesday, upper 70s, low 80s, Thursday and Friday.
So warm. Keith, thank you. We want to show some video of Keith's trip this morning. He went to Virgil Jones Jr. Elementary School in Brooksville, visited the kindergarten and first grade classes. There's Keith. So we explained water vapor, clouds, high and low pressure, and how it all relates to our daily weather. Looks like they were paying attention. Students saw how low pressure produces clouds, rain, and even tornadoes. He talked about weather safety, made sure that the kids know they need to keep an eye on the sky. Peak tornado season around here is March, April, and early May. The Bulldogs and Rebels are gearing up for round 2 of the Egg Bowl in hoops. We're going to hear more on this rivalry matchup next in sports.
WCBI First Alert Weather School is brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point. WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
6 out of the last 7. That's how many wins Ole Miss has over Mississippi State in the men's Egg Bowl hoops matchup. Will the Rebels make it 7 out of 8? Or will Mississippi State get back on track in the rivalry? We'll find out tomorrow. The rematch in Starkville set at 8 p.m. on ESPN2. Ole Miss still clawing its way to a possible NCAA tournament berth. They're coming off a tough loss to Arkansas on the road. And Mississippi State is looking for any kind of momentum at this point after it's dropped 6 of its last 7, 4 straight. Most recently, its tough loss at home against ranked Florida this past weekend. And Ole Miss has won the first matchup in Oxford 88-61. That's the largest margin of victory for Ole Miss since 1951. Mississippi State senior guard I.J. Reddy was out with an injury in the first matchup, and the Bulldogs believe having I.J. back could mean good things on Tuesday.
He makes us way better defensively because he has a lot of experience. He's the most verbal in terms of communicating and telling guys where to go, what to do. He's the best guy we have in transition defense, remembering his job. He's got experience. He's a senior, and he's the only upperclassman we got.
He's one of our leaders, probably the best leader on the team. So, I mean, it means a lot to have I.J. Reddy back on the floor with us. I think he brings a lot and helps a lot to the team that people don't see.
To West Point now, state champions Clayton Knight and Demario Edwards are heading to EMCC to continue their football careers. Knight and Edwards were terrific in the Green Wave's 2016 state championship season. Knight throwing for 16 touchdowns for more than 1,300 yards as quarterback for the Green Wave, and wide receiver Edwards caught more than 30 balls for 5 touchdowns while adding 2 more TDs on the ground. Both Green Wave stars look forward to the challenge of being a part of Last Chance U.
Here it was championship attitude, and there it's championship attitude. So I think I'll see a lot of resemblance in the 2 programs.
I gotta make a name for myself. I gotta go out there and put in work, hard work like I know I can, so I can show the coaches and everybody else what I can do and go to the next level.
And check this out, number 18 UL Lafayette facing number 4 Alabama in softball. This was from yesterday. Former New Hope Trojan DJ Sanders gave the Tide nightmare. She blasts a moonshot here in the first inning. 1 runner was on, so the 2-run shot puts the Raging Cajuns up 2-0. And DJ, she liked that first home run so much. She was like, hey, let's do it one more time. She's a person of the people, giving the people that showed out for the Raging Cajuns some free softballs. This one goes off the post, 2 home runs and 3 RBIs in UL Lafayette's series clinching win over Alabama. She leads the ranks Raging Cajuns in homers and RBIs here in the early season, Tommy. And here's what we got to look forward to coming up at 10. If you can't believe it, high school basketball playoffs start tonight. We'll be in New Hope and Tremont. We'll have those highlights coming up tonight at 10.
Yeah, sounds good. And the Egg Bowl, everyone looking forward to that as far as the hard court is concerned. Ole Miss has been dominating recently.
Yeah, 6 of the last 7. And Mississippi State, they could use any win at this point, any kind of momentum.
Yeah, and for Ole Miss, could be an important game. I mean, the Rebels could still have some postseason hopes ahead of them.
Exactly, a serious run here late, and Ole Miss, they're like right inside that RPI 60, so they've got a chance.
Yeah. All right, Tom, thank you. Final look at this warm weather is coming up next.